Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and on this opening clip here it's a simple hazard. Skip lorry blocks the road and normally you end up having all sorts of problems getting around it, but some people have got their head screwed on today and there's a guy in the road coordinators around the lorry, and there's one on the other side guiding us back in again, which is good. Nice distance from the skip lorry, look nice clear. As you see, directions saying go right around the mandatory keep left, and there's a guy over there bringing us back the other way. Nice to see. Please like and subscribe guys, want to see if we can hit that big 1k, it'd be very nice, much appreciated if we can. Let's get on to the next clip. Okay, sometimes on certain roads we have 20 mile per hour, they're becoming more common, but there are reasons for having 20 mile per hour, unlike the understanding of this person behind us, who seems to want to ignore that altogether. So just as we pass the mini roundabout there, his first intention is boom, let's get past the learner. It says 20 on the road there, 20 on the lamppost, 20 in the road again, but more importantly, just as he's passing us now, did he see this person here? Who knows? A little bit on the close side. I don't think he cared really. Carrying on increasing his speed down the road. And did he also notice this sign here? Probably doubtful. But there's sometimes his reasons we have a 20, not just because the powers that be decide to turn a 30 into a 20. Anyway, let's go on to the next. Okay, this clip is about the cyclist behind us, and no, before we say anything, it's not because he runs a red light, it's because I got a little bit concerned about this fella here. No protection at all, and I think if any cyclist needed some protection, I think this fella did. Protection from himself. Now we're coming up to a red light, and I don't know how long he's been riding a cycle, but I'm thinking probably not for too long. Because as he passes us, he comes nice and he stops, but it's how he stops. Put your foot down, I think, before you actually fall off altogether. Now, when the light goes green, he has as much job getting away as he did stopping. So we was a little bit cautious as we moved away. He has another wobble, and ooh, dear, oh dear. I think he needs some proficiency there. Okay, this is about a vehicle on the right hand side, and he's paying more attention to signs and road markings, and in this case, especially road markings. It says keep clear on the road, it's nice and big, it's not even faded, it's clear, and yet he goes right into it. The car on the left doesn't fare much better, but he's in it fully on the right hand side, and by being there, a vehicle comes up looking to gain access to the building on our left. He can't get through, or she can't get through, and there's also holding up traffic behind, all because of this muppet. It's in the way and does nothing about it. Of course, he has a bit of a guilt trip. Because as it starts to move, he squeezes really close to this vehicle in front so the car can get in from behind, compromising himself. Quite poor. Now on this clip here, the lane behind us and the one to the right are going straight on. Now you might think, well, is there no one in the right hand lane? That's because people are being courteous. It's blocked a bit further up the road, as you'll see shortly, and that's why everybody is in the lane as they are in front of us and as they are behind us. And you just get people on the road that just don't like to be courteous to other people. There's the cars, there's the blockage, and it goes to a single lane. If you look to the front, we've got this car coming up on the left. It can see the parked cars, it can see the queue, it's not interested in queuing. Thinks, I need to get across now, where am I going to merge in, where am I going to push in? I know what I'll do, I'm just going to stick behind and say thank you very much for letting me in. Or was that an up yours? Not entirely sure, but there was certainly no indication, and we always felt it was always going to be in front of us. No, that doesn't bother me too much, but this happens a lot, people being discourteous to other road users. And while we're talking about being discourteous, we're in a lane that is for right only. There is a nice little queue behind us. How many of them are actually turning right? Well, certainly not this fella here. This one has come out of the lane to go in there, because that right hand lane is for straight on only. This is an old favourite of mine. I see this quite a lot actually, and never stops putting a smile on my face. It doesn't bother me so much, but I know it certainly annoys other road users. I see them honking and getting quite annoyed. As we're looking forward here, and we've got this van in front of us, he's got a bit of a gap in front. So I was half thinking that was his intentions of going across. But you know, the funny thing is, it wasn't. He is actually turning right at the lights. It's the numpty in front of him, which he now has to actually go around because he's trying to push in. And that car on the left really wasn't having none of it. Then he puts his indication on at the last moment. I just don't know why people keep on doing this, because all it does is infuriate other road users. Okay, this clip here is about silly parenting in my view. But initially, before we get to that, road coming up to, we're bending slightly to the left. It is blind. I like the way my pupil actually slows right down in case of an oncoming car. And guess what? There's an oncoming car. So that was some nice anticipation there. Didn't get away with the car at all. And then we can actually carry on a journey. Now, as we're moving on here, no more cars to come down. And what I see is, well, quite staggering really. I just don't understand the thought of this parent, this father with their child in a buggy walking down the road when they could have quite happily been on the path. There's nothing wrong with the pathways. It's not wet, it's not damp, it's a nice day, as you can see, and they're quite wide. And here's the person now. You can see them walking down the road with the buggy, and I'm thinking maybe they're getting into a car or something. Why not use that path or that side, for example? So as we get closer, we slow, we go really wide to accommodate this person, and guess what? He's on the mobile phone. So that's clever, so he's not paying attention either. So if we have a look behind, maybe, as I thought, he may be getting into one of those two cars, and the answer is no. He just carries on bumbling down the road with the pram until we can't see him anymore. So just using the road for his own convenience while using the mobile phone. Very clever. This one is a simple little clip. I was mentioning earlier about roads being 20 mile per hour and then 30 and reverse and vice versa. This is a 20 mile per hour road, and I don't understand why it's a 20, why they made it a 20, not left it as a 30. The Porsche behind us obviously thinks it should be a 30 and not a 20 because he's not interested in standing behind the learner who's doing 20 mile per hour and passes. And this is what people do on a road. Look, there's nothing built up either side and they've made it a 20. Answers on a postcard really, but the thing is, this is what it does. It tempts people to pass other people because they want to get on with it. Now this clip here, I'd like to see a hell of a lot less of. Red lights coming up, just change red now. Silver car coming down the opposite way, people are about to cross. Watch the child on the right there. They're just stepping out. They do see the car there and they stop immediately and think, what the hell is that going on there? And they just drive straight through the light. Just as well that child there was paying attention. They don't even look at the car. Maybe it happens to him quite a lot. Part of his everyday. And it really shouldn't be, should it? Not at all. That was poor, very, very poor indeed. And well done to that kid crossing the road. Okay, on this roundabout here, we've got a whole lot going on really, to be honest. I'm going to try and keep up and explain. It gets a bit messy. First of all, we've got this zebra crossing. People stop on it, they shouldn't, until they can just get across. There is enough room for one car on the other side. Now, this vehicle here coming up, this one, he's in the left-hand lane, but does he want to go left at all or straight on? No, he doesn't. He wants to go where we're going, he wants to go right. So he goes across 1, 2, 3 lanes to get into the same lane as us. And a bit further on, we're not quite done with him yet. He gets up to some shenanigans a bit further up the road as we go around the roundabout. I want a little look at the back camera now so you can see what's going on behind us. And everybody there, look, is queuing quite nicely because they're all going in the same direction as we are. And that's how it has to be. Now, I want to pay attention to this particular German car here. He's in the correct lane, but he doesn't want to stay there, of course. He wants to push in. And he pulls out of the correct lane. He cuts up on the inside and he ends up going down the same lane as us further up the road. Now, as we're going around here as well, I want to have a look at a couple of vans, especially the second white van that's going to be coming around on the inside. But as you can see, people are waiting patiently rather than pulling out, because it does get a bit congested here, and if everybody kept pulling out, it would be nuts, and it would be an utter chaos on the road. Certainly on this particular roundabout, the exits lead to where they're going. Now, these two white vans, here comes the first one. It's the second one in particular. It's that one. as they pass us. He has absolutely no intention to go around the round, but he too is going where we're going and ends up pulling in at our exit. If we look at the front camera now, as you can see, as we're just leaving into our exit, there's the car in front of us, the one that came across 3 lanes. He's in the correct lane at the moment to go where we're going, of course. But as he moves on, as he gets past this traffic, he then decides to pull out a wee bit. Don't know why at all. He's now in 2 lanes. He's more in the lane to Guildford than where he's going. RAC is not too sure what he's doing, so they hold back behind him. Is he going right? Is he going to go out? Is he going to go in? There's that second white van. He pulls in. Now the thing with this particular clip here, it says A3 Guildford, but it's got a filter in to the left, and I think that gets a little bit confusing, because people that come in there and then filter off, they're really not doing anything wrong, but it does cause a problem, or it can cause a problem. And as you're going to see as this clip moves further on, there's another car that filters in from the A3 Guildford. Now he's blocked it. Now a van comes in and blocks it completely, and then very shortly, see cars going around and have to go onto the wrong lane to avoid this van, and that's just to compound it. We then have another German car coming up the back to block the lane completely, and this is why I find it's an issue. More cars coming up behind will then block the flow to A3 Guildford. Not very helpful, not very useful. I think that little bit of road needs to be changed there, because though they're not really doing anything on filtering left there, they'll end up blocking up a flowing lane and can cause all sorts of problems. And on the right, as you'll see, is another car that does the same. You can just see it pulling on the right hand side. That's also using that filter situation, and I think it causes problems there what otherwise could be a straightforward roundabout exit. Okay, thank you guys for watching another video. Until the next one, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel immensely, and if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, why not? Please do, and I look forward to seeing you again. Please drive safely on the road. Watch out for those learners. Take care, and bye bye now.